Here are some of my top ideas for how to teach ESL online effectively. Number one is pay attention to student needs. Students have very different needs, including like maybe they want to go to an English-speaking university in England, or they have to get a certain grade on the TOEFL or IELTS exam to get a certain job or to get into university, or they just have a maybe English-speaking boyfriend or girlfriend and they want to hang out with them. Maybe they want to travel and not have the stress of not being able to speak English. Whatever the case might be, find out the student's needs and tailor your lesson to that. The second thing is to plan. Just because your class is online doesn't mean that you don't need a lesson plan. I always like to have a lesson plan, even if it's just a little skeleton of things that I plan to do. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That is one of my favorite sayings related to this, and it's very true when it comes to ESL teaching and ESL teaching online. Number 3 is to be proficient with the technology. So I've been in some online classes and Zoom sessions and whatever, and it was obvious that the presenter or the teacher didn't know how to use the technology, and honestly, nothing frustrates me more than this situation. So don't cause stress and frustration to your students. If you don't really know how to use the technology that well, learn before your lesson. Number 4 is to make your lessons as student-centered as possible. So chances are that most teachers in the classroom would generally make their classes student-centered. So they put students into pairs, small groups, have them talk to each other, that kind of thing. But just because your lesson is online doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing the same thing. So you are probably quite good at English if you're watching this video and teaching English. It's your students who need the practice. So give your students chances to practice as much as possible. The next tip for teaching ESL online effectively is to offer feedback. Just because it's not in a classroom doesn't mean that feedback can't happen. So generally for feedback, if I'm teaching, say, for example, about the simple past, my feedback would be related to the simple past or things that I've taught the students in previous lessons in the previous month or two. So give feedback regularly and then also offer positive feedback. So things that students are doing well, give them encouragement about that. Number 6 is set the context. So I've kind of been in some language classes where the teachers were teaching kind of random grammar and vocabulary, but I didn't really know how to use them or when to use them. Don't make that same mistake. Always set the context. So give students a situation and a reason where they can use that language. Kind of just something to grasp onto and something in their brain also that connects that situation to that language. So if they're in that situation, they can say, oh, I actually learned about that. I remember that situation from that class that I took. And the final tip that I have is to create a routine. So when you're in a classroom, I'm sure you probably have a routine, like a greeting, and then you kind of jump into a warm-up activity, and then you do your lesson, and then you give some homework and review and etc. But when you're teaching online, it sometimes can feel like a little bit less structured and maybe like a bit more of a free-for-all, but it doesn't have to be. Create the same routines, whatever is appropriate for the classes that you're teaching. Those are my top tips for teaching ESL online effectively. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment and tell me your top tip for teaching ESL online. Also, be sure to check out my book, 101 ESL Activities and Resources for Teaching English Online.